Joseph Kentney. And as we said at the beginning, it's our duty today to be the ones who stand for our covenant of love, to be the ones who stand for our faith, to keep the faith and the covenant of love for the coming generations. And God has given to us, we have taken the gospel of this day, the one that corresponds to the liturgy of today, and He has given us such a nice gospel in Matthew where Mary with Jesus' family came to visit him. They were concerned. The family of Jesus was concerned for his future, what was going to happen with Jesus, because he was telling the truth, and he was telling the truth very strongly. So his family wants to talk to him and make him come to reason, maybe come back home and not talk so much or so loud. And in that way, Jesus says these strong words, "Who is my brother? Who is my mother?" And he shows the disciples and said, "This is my family." But it has nothing to do with the love to his family, to Mary. He did love his mother a lot, his brothers and sisters, as he calls his family. But it has to do with his priorities. What comes first? Or from where do I love my family? From where do I love my children? From where do I love my brothers? And that's what Jesus wants to teach us. We love our family. We love our husband, we love our wife, we love our children from the love of God. Otherwise, we will always turn to the human limitations. We only can love in a generous measure when we love from the love of God. Then our love knows no boundaries. When we love from our own human love, then we realize we have a lot of boundaries, and we all have experienced that. We all have experienced that also with our families. We want to bring them the reality of the gospel and tell them what the gospel means to us, what Schoenstatt means to us, what the Blessed Mother means to us. But they don't always receive this message as we would expect. But many times we realize that because we try to explain that because of our human relationship with them. I am his mother, I am the father. He should listen to me. He should obey me because I know what is right. But when we read this gospel, we realize that from our life, our love of God, from our prayer life, we should bring them to the faith. We should bring them to Schoenstatt. Let us pray for our family. Let us use these days to pray for them, to reflect, to think, what does the Blessed Mother has for the future of my children, of my husband, of my wife. That is very important, not only from our personal and human intentions, but we as people of faith, we as people of the covenant of love, let us be the people that really pray and meditate, what does God want to my family, my husband, my children, my brothers, my parents. Not only what do I want for them, but what does God and the Blessed Mother wants for them. In the second place, as Sister Margarita so nice told us, this is the place of faith, of practical faith in divine providence. If we had made the probabilities, if we had made some math about the possibilities of having an international movement with the group of boys that began here with Father Kentney, it would have been near zero. Zero possibilities. But what happened here? What is so special? Why do we, as we said yesterday, why do we smell something special here in Schoenstatt, a supernatural experience here in this shrine? It's because it's the place where people trust in God's power, in God's love. And that power and that love is specially symbolized in our Blessed Mother. So this place where Father Kentney invited the first Schoenstatt heroes, we are celebrating this year the 100 year of the pre-founding documents. And he invited them not just only to pray, not just only to make sacrifices, but in first place to know themselves. We talked yesterday that this pilgrimage is going to be a spiritual experience, but also a human experience. We're going to know a lot about each other, a lot about ourselves. And in the pre-founding documents, Father Kentenich invited the first Schoenstatt heroes to know themselves. He made such a nice comparison. He said, Father Kentenich in those times was the time of the great science discoveries. And he said, we have discovered so many things about the universe, about science, about the world we live in. But we have abandoned the little universe of the heart of each one of us. And that's the great effort he invited the first Schoenstatt boys to do, to know themselves in order to give themselves from their originality, from their own histories to the Blessed Mother. That's why we bring our own originalities and the history of our family with its lights and its shadows to this shrine. Because that history, that is a holy history, not because we are holy, but because it's a history that God gave us. That history is where we will find the answers to our life, the answer to our faith. And in the third place, yesterday came after our night prayer. There's always a blessing here, 10 to 9 p.m. It's a very short blessing, and they invited the people to reflect about the day. And it's every day here in the regional shrine preparing to 2014. And they talked, the 2014 is everything about the culture of the covenant of love. That's what we are striving, that's what we want to give to the world, the year 2014. A culture of the covenant of love. And what is the culture? We could talk for hours about this, but I just want to remember a little thing. Nothing without you, nothing without us. Here we can find it. In Latin. It's written here so everybody can understand or try to understand. But that's what maybe the covenant of the culture of covenant of love has to tell to us. We trust in our Blessed Mother. We know she can do miracles in our life. She has done a lot of miracles here. But we also must put our best effort. That is the covenant of love. That is the trust we bring to Mary. We act with all our effort so she can make those miracles of love that, like the ones she made with the first heroes of our Schoenstatt history. Let us ask our Blessed Mother for the same strength for us so that we can be